This fucking thing back on? Says that there's sound. Says there's sound. Says that it's live. Let's see if it works. I don't know. Stupid fucking internet shit. What the fuck? Broadcast has ended. Sorry, Defango, you can't talk about that. Shh, you did. Try again. All right, fine. This is me trying again. Whatever we do now, the change is coming.
Whatever we do,
Change is coming. It's coming from the implosion of our Imperium. And it's coming from the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop. It's how will we cope with this change? Will we respond rationally?
will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to
Our new reality and responding to it. Take two. Oh. Anyways, whatever. I always gotta throw the intro in there. Fine. We'll do it again. Take two. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet, round two. Because the first one just shut off for no reason. I don't even know what happened. Whatever. Honestly, don't care. It's probably because we're talking about this Ian Miles Cheong character. But anyways, welcome back. My name's Manuel Chavez the third or the turd, depending on how you know me. And boy, oh boy, isn't it weird? Just a year ago, a little over a year ago, actually, we were one of the first people to say the quiet part out loud about Ian Miles Cheong. We were out there making big threads, getting all kinds of follows and stuff, and respect from all, like, you know, the bigger creators and stuff, because they totally work hard at things. Anyways, so yeah, looks like he's back in the news again for a big couple of reasons. Maybe. But this time, I allegedly have nothing to do with it, which is probably why it's exceedingly successful. Yes. And we got some other news and stuff that's going to be coming around down the mountain, as it were. But I mean, it's just kind of crazy, dude. People picking up little Defango scraps, going back from a year ago to try to take my shit because you didn't get enough of your own shit. Goddamn. I mean, it feels good to be me, but it doesn't feel good for the fact that I was saying this shit a year ago and nobody listened to me. The guy that took down Eliza Blue, nobody wanted to listen to me. They just wanted to steal my content and run. And it's super funny just seeing how incestuous the group has become after that, because it's like in real life. I did all of this work to help my friends become successful, and they fuck me out of everything. And then all your internet friends do exactly the same thing. That you do all this work to become successful, and then they just steal your work, and then they just become more successful than you because fuck you. I don't know. It's the way the internet works, folks. We can't complain about it. We've just watched exactly how it happens time and time again. And honestly, these are the pitfalls that we all have to deal with in life. There's always going to be some other bigger bitch that's going to come after you, steal your shit, and act like it was their shit. It's just the way that the internet works, guys. It's the way the internet works. And takedowns aside, it's funny to see how far this has gotten. People are online fantasizing about a Malaysian Malaysia cracking down on right-wing commenter Ian Miles Cheong. Ian Miles Cheong, Sol Invictus, the freaking Nazi, now turbo feminist, turned Israel supporter, even though he was talking all pro-Palestine not that long ago. I mean, this dude just goes wherever the money is. He's a scammer. He's a con artist. He was getting his dick licked by Elon Musk on Twitter, which is why he's even a thing now. And it was like, we were trying to stop Elon from promoting this guy. We did this fantastic thread. Elon was like, fuck you, Defango. Ban me from the platform again. And then he was like, no, I love that Malaysian wee-wee. And then he just shoved it all in his mouth. And then that's just the way it's been for about a year now. So I took a year off. Pretty much an entire year off of Twitter, right? You know, we ain't been on there. We ain't talking to anybody. We made a new account and just let it sit there and marinate. And then we finally put the name Defango on it. And we're just, you know, kind of watching, trying to see what's going on or whatever. And let me tell you, everyone still is ass. They're all still just ass. Because it sucks. You come back after doing all of the work and getting stolen from, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm still going to make the content. I'm still going to call the shitheads out, and I'm just going to laugh at them for being so unoriginal. And yeah, you might have a little bit more subscribers than me. Just realize that you're not going to be getting all those goodies like my boy Seth Word, because he actually had to work for it. You guys, on the other hand, you're not getting any of that stuff. And it's just going to be funny to see. Funny to see. Funny to see. But anyways, yeah. Ian Miles Cheong says the quiet part out loud, and people have been fantasizing because, well, Ian Miles Cheong has been making a lot of pro-Israel posts, and it's really weird that people on the internet have apparently been spreading a rumor that he has been executed by the Malaysian government for his past pro-Israel posts. And I mean, honestly, that shit's hilarious, bro. I don't even know how you could be mad about this, but apparently somebody named Krichi Yamaguchi Main at the Wapple House. Oh my God. Posted, Ian Miles Cheong has been executed by the Malaysian government by the order of Anwar Ibrahim for his continued online support of Israel's offensive in the Gaza Strip. He was 35 years old. Oh my God. What? Why would they fucking execute him for that? It's 2024. That doesn't even make any sense. I mean, seriously, you're going to believe somebody named Krichi Yamaguchi Main? Like, seriously? The Wapple House? Oh, God. I mean, that shit's funny as fuck. I don't even give a fuck about who you are. But yes. Krichi Yamaguchi, the Wapple House. Here you go. Feast your eyes. X, formerly Twitter, is protecting the Malaysian authorities responsible for this situation. That's right. And they made him delete the tweet. They made him delete the tweet or the X or whatever, the post. What do we call it? I'm just going to call it a tweet. I don't give a fuck. We understand that during crises and instabilities, it is difficult to know what to do to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Under this policy, we require the removal of content that may pose a risk to people's health, including content that goes directly against the guidance of authoritative sources of global and local public health information. For information on Stilgray, as well as his audience from the leading local health authorities, please refer to the following links: motherless.com, Lemon Party, lemonparty.org, meatspin.com. What the fuck? Don't look those up, for the love of God. Don't put those in the goddamn web browser, okay? Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. What the fuck? Woo! What the fuck? Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. I did not see that. Oh, why am I laughing? Because it's so funny. That's why I'm laughing. What the fuck? Okay. So let me get this straight. Fake ass person from the internet named Christy Yamaguchi Main at the Whipple House posted that Ian Miles Cheong had been executed by the Malaysian government. And in response, a bunch of people reported said post to get Twitter/X to delete it. And it literally, what says that right there? Like, what the fuck, dude? Those are the links that they've said to look for information on Stilgray. I mean, this gotta be fake, dude. This gotta be a Photoshop. It's gotta be a Photoshop. Oh my God. And I mean, it is true. Twitter did delete the post. That post is the one right there. And then he said right after that, me and Ian had our disagreements over the years, but I've never wished this on him. I was hoping it'd be more painful. Fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is that? What is even happening? Dude, is he dead? I'm pretty sure he's not dead. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still alive. Unfortunately. I mean, Jesus Christ. This is Christ. So that post has been deleted, but not before it garnered hundreds of thousands of retweets and tweets and tens of thousands of likes. And I guess it's apparently inspired a lot of celebration because people don't like Ian Miles Cheong because, you know, they don't like him. And one thing to note is that Malaysia has observed a moratorium on capital punishment since at least 2018. So it's not like they were ever actually going to be able to execute him and shit, but it's still funny as fuck that people are even talking about it at this particular juncture of time. Yeah. Malaysia's restriction on freedom of speech and endemic anti-Semitism is very bad. We should acknowledge that while also admitting that Ian Miles Cheong potentially falling victim to them is quite funny. Me watching the Ian Miles Cheong public execution. Drew Pavlov. It might be all over for Ian Miles Cheong. One of the biggest media sites in Malaysia is now publishing calls to charge him with sedition. I pray that Elon Musk will chopper him out of Kuala Lumpur before it's too late. He's never been to America. He ain't never been to America. Ian Miles Cheong is getting the electric chair. Funeral food be so good. Malaysia is making a history of arresting people and investigating them for sedition for making pro-Israel remarks. Oh, wow. Malaysian police arrest a man for statements backing diplomatic ties to Israel. December 6th of 2023. A couple months ago. Interesting. So I guess that's probably why a lot of this seems to be blowing up right now, which is really funny. But if you actually go onto Twitter and you just type in Ian Miles Cheong, you don't even have to put dead. You just have to put Cheong, right? You'll see that what I've actually been referencing and referring to is a pretty big thread that all of a sudden is not showing up when I go to look for it or whatever, which is really, really strange. Let's see. Censored Men. Ah, yes. Censored Men. Yes, a very, very large Twitter account named Censored Men is actually behind the whole situation, or at least the new push, right? Because, you know, Twitter is such a freedom of speech platform. Yeah. I think that's what it's all about, right? And you'll notice a lot of the same characters from the last time. Yeah. Yeah, see, did they make him delete his post? Because it's not showing up anywhere. You would think he would have that shit fucking like, I don't know. You'd think he'd have that shit fucking. See it? I don't see it. You thought he would have had that shit pinned. But yeah, look. Censored man. Cassandra McDonald. Hey, is that the Cassandra McDonald from Tim Pool? Oh, right. Those fucking amateurs with no fucking talent had to steal from me again. Oh, I forgot. But I guess I have to be fucking flattered that somebody with 948,000 followers had to go fucking redistribute my shit. I guess I could be happy about that. Right? Should I be happy about that? I should be happy about that, I guess. Why am I not able to locate the thread? See this? Censorship is are they protecting? Is there something that is happening here that is not allowing me to go look up this thread by Censored Man in reference to Ian Miles Cheong? Is this not the same thing that happened to us when we posted our thread? Hell, I got let back onto X, posted my big ass thread about Ian Miles Cheong, and then they kicked my ass right back up because fucking Elon loves them Malaysian cummies. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it isn't it. But it does kind of seem that, I mean, I should be fucking finding something right now, right? Just using the regular search function, I should be able to find something right there. Let's see if I go by account. Interesting. Very interesting. Nothing shows up. Even though it should, but why did they, is it, holy shit. Wow, did we just show you live that Twitter is censoring shit in association with Ian Miles Cheong and his death or life or basically any thread or anything on it? Because that's what I wanted to show you, was a huge thread from this Censored Men account that was mentioning him, but I can't. Why can't I? Well, because it's a fucking, yeah. Look at that. Oh, but I can still find stuff. Like if I look up Malaysia from @CensoredMan, I can find him posting a very funny ass picture of him. I mean, seriously, I gotta tell you right now, Ian Miles Cheong gets all of the bitches. He probably gets way more bitches than I do. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you can see that Ian Miles Cheong has not been executed, nor do I want him to be, nor do I wish him to be arrested. All I did was highlight his history of immorality and hypocrisy. Ian's actions were his prerogative. It's up to Malaysia to decide if they take action or not. Which is really funny that Censored Man is stealing from the most censored man on the internet. So, like, I did a huge ass thread on Ian, had to do it 3 times, got banned each time for doing it. Then, a year later, an account named @CensoredMen steals all of my content that I had already posted a year ago, multiple times on multiple different accounts, and reposted it to his account. And got all the credit for it. Everybody's sucking his dick for it. And they're like having a great time. He's getting pats on the back from Cassandra Fairbanks and the Tim Pool crew. Honestly, bros, life is just not fair.
Supporting diplomatic ties between Malaysia and Israel. Federal CID Director Commissioner Datuk Sri Muhammad Suhaili Muhammad Zain said the individual who was known as 36-year-old Victor Yong was arrested following the statements he made. He said the statements were made in an interview with the Israeli social media influencer known as Naftali. The interview was uploaded on Malaysia Gazette TikTok. Commissioner Muhammad Suhaili said the suspect was arrested in Johor Bahru and has been remanded for 3 days. The CID Special Investigations Unit is investigating
It's censored men. Censored men.
this case under Section 4, Subsection 1
Yeah, dude.
of the Sedition
Life
Act,
is not
Section
fair.
505, Subsection
And
B,
don't expect it to be, because if you do, fuck you. That's the way it works.
And also for
I wish I could be
misusing
more
of
positive about it, but I'm a
network
realist.
Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act.
So, just in case people thought that it was there, but whatever. No, it's just kind of strange, dude. Ian Maya is a Malaysian. Why obsess over the West? He still lives in Malaysia. He goes into Malaysia. Oh, wait, I finally fucking found the thread. There we go. Damn, son. He lives in Malaysia. He concerns himself with Western issues. Malaysia. Why obsess over the West? Sol Invictus, powerful Reddit moderator, had a Reddit career and essentially lived and breathed Reddit. Talks about him getting banned from Reddit. Sol Invictus, Exia, posts the exact same screenshot that I created and put out there. Wow. Even quotes all of the Nazi stuff that Ian was saying from the back of the way. Huh. What's this? Ian falsely accuses a man of rape. Another one of the screenshots that I posted to my account. Wow. Talking about all that G-Gate stuff that Ian was involved in when they were making all those fake rape allegations and other shit. Here's that video that we found from somebody else who's obviously going to have to repost it into his thread because, oh yeah, Bitcoin assassins and wild goose DMs and killing some dude's dogs. That one time that he freaking got Andy Worski doxxed and swatted. Elon falsely accuses a man of murder. Yep, that was in there too. Dardell Hicks. God damn. And then, the other murder accusation that went up out of there that nobody actually went on with. And then, they actually added some new stuff, but if you'll notice, they didn't actually get the most damning piece of evidence, the one piece that shows that he was part of something awful forums back in the day and was known to be a person who would utilize TTS and services that were normally used by deaf people to swat folks. Yeah, he got banned for that shit too, but that didn't make it into the thread. But most of the other greatest hits, right down to the exact fucking photos that I put out there, made it in there. Thanks a lot. But as I can see, as I'm searching through all of these posts, I don't see any credit anywhere, which is really weird, man. If you were a censored man and you're supporting people that have been censored more than anyone else on the internet, wouldn't you try to promote the guy that originally brought it up in the first place and not just steal it a year later because, well, nobody's gonna fucking find out. Cool. Yeah. That's basically how it went, how we're doing, how it's always been. It's kind of crazy. Really, guys. It's crazy. Thievery on the internet. Can you steal information? No, you can only be an information broker. It's just that these individuals, these people, they don't actually care to share anything. They don't want to share the credit. They want it all for themselves. And they most definitely never want to credit anybody else that ever has anything to do with it. But it's not like I can't just pull up the deets, dude. We are 5 days to the year, baby. 5 days to the year for when I created the paste bid that went out where we posted all of the different stuff and we went into excruciating detail on every little bit of thing that went out there. We could see that literally only this document's only viewed 8 times and it's been locked off to anybody. And you can see that it's never been edited in any way, shape, or form. So honestly, it makes me wonder if and why I do any of these things in the first place. Yeah. It is just thievery. Yes, Jimmy Faze, everyone can hear us. It is a problem with your shit, not my shit. Enjoy your time out for spamming the chat. Not what it's for. We're in the middle of doing something else. It's like, goddamn. Rude ass people. Fucking Ian Miles Chongs of the world and shit. Anyways. So what do we do with all of it? I don't know. I don't know what we could really do with all of it other than just point out that it's the same amount of thievery. We could point out that they're just utilizing our information. Heck, we could even try to block it off, but all they have to do is go find the archive for it and then just redistribute it, which is the same thing that the quartering was doing to us, which is the same thing the quartering did to us on our Eliza Blue thread, never giving us any credit, basically being a shit ass. And that it's the same thing that we got now from this new individual. It's just kind of crazy when you look at how these individuals move forward throughout life and they just constantly steal shit. Like, this guy probably gets fucking paid by Twitter to say this shit. You know what I'm saying? He gets paid by Twitter to create this, and it's created such a drama, I think, because most people don't like it. Most people already remember that people have already exposed this guy, and he just keeps not going away, and he keeps getting promoted. It's like that person that you work with that is completely ass at their job, but for whatever reason keeps getting promotions and you can't figure out why. It's because they're sucking somebody off. That's why. Okay? Not that difficult. May not want to admit it, but it's what's happening. You think about this shit, it's crazy. Oop. And it's not like people aren't going to stop talking about any of this stuff. You know, I have overwhelming documentation and evidence, but it's not like it really matters. Yeah, we can keep pointing it out, right? Ian, this was an exclusive story from Redux back a few hours ago. The court document, we utilize this information to actually cost us money. We don't have paywalls. Everyone's free to use our info. A basic credit isn't hard. And then it says, that's it. I'm IP blocking Malaysia. Sorry, Malaysians who aren't Ian. He left me no choice. Redux is 100% independent. That means we don't have large donors, investors, or corporate sponsors. That's the main reason why we're unable to tell the truth on gender ideology with no filter. Content theft hurts independent outlets like Redux. Unfortunately, due to rampant content theft originating from Malaysia, we've decided to initiate an IP block for the country. Please direct all complaints to Ian Miles Chong at StillGray on X. Yeah, think about that. People are really trying to fight against these styles of grifters in a big way. It's just kind of hard for them to do so because everybody's stealing everybody else's information. You do one thing, another fucking person is going to do another thing, and then the other guy that you're talking about is going to say, I'm not pro-Israel. I'm not getting paid to say pro-Israel stuff or whatever. I don't want to get executed by the Malaysian government. Whatever, dude. Chill the fuck out, bro. It's not that big of a deal, dog. It ain't that big of a deal. I mean, it might be. It could be. It's not really that big of a deal. A little bit of a deal. A little bit. Tiny bit of deal. You know, it's crazy that... Oh, push the wrong button. It's crazy that people can actually think that that was a real thing, even though it wasn't a real thing. And it's even funnier that even with all of the information that's put out there, none of the news sites, anybody is talking about the contents of the research that was pushed forward in the first place. No, they're only talking about the fact that he might have been executed or might not have been executed. And that's the point that we're trying to make here, is that it ain't going to be like anything's going to change. You know, homie, it's all going to be the same for the most part. And you should be at least a fucking aware of that. It just doesn't make a allowance for that, I guess. I don't really know, dude. All I know is that it's a up situation. It's a crazy situation. And here is a copy of the tweet that went out. 6 hours and no community notes. This information was very real. Ian's family, please get me back in control of your account so I can communicate with you directly, please. It's so easy nowadays for people to do this type of shit. It's so easy. So where do we go from here on this one? To be honest, I really don't know. I really don't know. All I know is that since we're already talking about Twitter, we might as well talk about Elon Musk, because Elon Musk helped create that shitbag. So we might as well have to see how this other shitbag is going on. And there's been some developments in the Elon Musk case. The one where he's got to pay the one where his $56 billion pay package was called into question. And it sounds like on a letter filed yesterday, Tesla and Elon Musk are going to appeal the ruling. Before Tesla and Elon Musk can appeal, the two sides will propose a final order for approval by Judge McCormick, which will include a petition for legal fee. That legal fee, which will be paid by Tesla, is expected to be one of the largest ever, if not the largest, legal fee ever paid in history, in the billions. Tesla will likely oppose it. The fee petition is expected to be filed by March 1st. If proved, Elon would have 60 days to file an appeal with the Delaware Supreme Court. An appeal is expected to take at least 6 months to resolve. But yes, a Delaware judge ruled in favor of that plaintiff who challenged Elon Musk's pay package. Well, it looks like Elon Musk ain't out the woods just yet, my friends. He's still having to actually worry about it. He can appeal the ruling, but as it were, somebody's going to be paying the largest legal fee that has ever been seen in history ever. And the word on the street is that Elon's probably going to end up losing that appeal. Interesting indeed. No, we didn't censor you. We timed you out, Jimmy Face, because you were spamming the chat with nonsense. As we explained very clearly with the voice that everyone else could hear, but apparently your dumbass can't hear. Very weird. You gotta love those low IQ people, folks. They just show up, they troll, they try to fuck shit up. Probably Jewish. I don't know. Weird. Yeah. Pretty weird. Anyways, and now this.
I have to thank Israel. I'm serious. Before you get mad at me, you all need to thank Israel. Thank you, Israel. Not for killing over 4,000 Palestinian children in the last month.
Oh,
not for
all right.
indiscriminately bombing Gaza.
Okay.
And not even for subjecting Palestinians to more than 75 years of violence. But thank you for opening our eyes. I've always been pro-Palestine. My parents taught me to stand for what's right. But I got caught up in life and forgot what really matters. So, thank you for reminding the world that every life is sacred. That in 2023, there is no space for settler colonialism. Thank you for showing the world that you openly, proudly, and consistently commit crimes against humanity and are happy subjecting the Palestinian people you haven't already killed or forced to flee to inhumane conditions. Because of you, the world is changing. The tables are turning, and the side of Palestine and humanity is stronger than ever. Free Palestine.
Oh, damn. I thought that was going to go a different way. I thought they were going to thank Israel. That sounded like they weren't thanking Israel. They were just listing all the horrible atrocities that Israel's committed against the Palestinian people. Wow. Yeah, free Palestine. Fuck Israel, man. I don't know why we said those shit asses money. They're so fucking good. Why don't they just pay for their own shit? Yeah, Israel, you're so good. Why do we got to send you $20 billion for your shit? Why don't you just fund the Iron Dome by yourself? Why don't you just pay all your own money to protect yourselves? You're so awesome. And with the genocide and stuff. Yeah. It's all right. Only 4,000 people. It's only 4,000 people that died, It's only 4,000. The animals, Manuel. I tell you, they're animals. God, I will never forget Iran Sharabi telling me that shit. Me just being like, are you fucking out of your fucking mind, bro? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Some people think that they're crazy. People think that they're not crazy, but I don't know. That shit's still happening, and every time and every day that it goes on, we're just going to go ahead and remind everybody that that's exactly how it went down. And, I guess we'll get into the next story, because apparently there was a Super Bowl parade and a couple of scholarly gentlemen that would otherwise be known as basketball Americans. That's what I'm going to call them now. Anyways, these basketball Americans seemingly shot up a Super Bowl parade, and we really haven't got a lot of information of it, but this is a photograph that the news media probably isn't going to show you, that gives you at least a look at some of the shooters that were behind the shooting at the festivities, as it were. Right? Yeah. Evil. Who is this Brion person? The fuck are you?
All right, so I really wasn't expecting to have to come on here and talk about this topic today, but yeah, guys, it's not clickbait. It actually happens to be really serious. And usually when it comes down to it, I would not make a video on...
What the fuck? 23,000? Oh, fuck? What are you doing here? I'm not dead. Weird. Anyways. Hi, Brion. Nice to meet you. Anyways. So, yeah. There has been at least a shooting that happened today. All Chief players, coaches are accounted for, safe and sound. So is the Kansas City Mayor, Quentin Lucas. One person was killed and at least 10 to 15 people were injured at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade. Can you fucking believe that shit? Can you believe it? We had a shooting at a super mega church, and then all of a sudden we got a freaking shooting happening at a Super Bowl parade for the Super Bowl champions. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. There's some video of it, though. Of it going down, though. Look at all the undercover dudes wearing the red hoodies running in there. Like, are those all the undercover cops that are running in there right now? Yeah, plus with the regular cops. Horrible, dude. Horrible. Why did it happen? I don't know, man. All I know is that people were shot up. There's people in custody. And here's the photographs of the three men that were actually shooting people at the parade. So we got two African-American looking gentlemen, and then one dude that looks like he's definitely not African-American, but could possibly be some type of Muslim. And I mean some type of Muslim in the fact that he could be from any of the Muslim countries, because I don't know how to identify in between them, because I don't know a lot of Muslim people. It'd be like asking a white dude to tell you the difference between Chinese and Korean and Japanese and shit. He wouldn't be able to tell you. Because they don't fucking know. That's why. They don't fucking know. They don't know. Now, I'm looking for the actual piece of it. But yes, ABC News reported in total, one person was dead. 21 other people were injured when gunfire broke out at the Super Bowl parade in Kansas City. And 3 suspects have been detained. None of the suspects apparently were injured or took any injuries out there. And there was just a lot of people that were running away. They said that it took place west of Union Station, outside near the garage, as the Chiefs fans were leaving, according to the Kansas City police, which is kind of like crazy to think about. We haven't gotten any information on a motive or anything else that has been happening out there. It just seems like they really weren't fans of the Kansas City Chiefs, even though they were wearing their jerseys and stuff, and apparently seemed to have made it pretty close into a building that I would have probably guessed you wouldn't have been able to take a gun into. But it seems that, yeah, apparently during the victory parade, it was much easier for them to do all of that. Thank God not more people have actually lost their lives at this particular event. I just find it to be highly suspect and suspicious that this stuff keeps happening. It was Super Bowl Sunday. We had that Lakewood church shooting, and now all of a sudden people are shooting up some other shit. Don't make no sense. Like, is there some type of like motive for it? I mean, I don't know, dude. But one of them, they had the Free Palestine shit allegedly on the rifle, and on this one, I mean, they haven't really given us too much information on what's actually happening with it, but you know, I'm sure that we'll figure it out here within the next couple of days. But also kind of interesting to think that they haven't really been talking about anything more after they released information about the trans shooter that attacked Lakewood and her criminal history. It seems like that story has all but fallen off the map. Yeah. It's kind of weird how that happens, right? Kind of weird how that happens, right? Yeah, this Defango gaming shirt. Oh yeah, it's an old shirt. Old shirt. It's vintage or whatever. We don't make this shirt anymore because Defango's dead. He doesn't exist anymore. He was banned. They murdered him, shot him in the wing, shot his dick and balls off, stuffed him in his mouth, stuffed him in a barrel, and sunk him to the bottom of the ocean. That's what happened to Defango. And you know, they got rid of his Twitter, his YouTube. He's gone. Gone. All we have now is Manuel Chavez, aka the Griftcast guy. He might look like him, and he might wear the same shit as him and live in the same house as him, but they're most definitely not the same person. Okay? Let's live the LARP, guys. We're gonna live a LARP. Let's live a fun LARP. Yes. A fun LARP. A fun LARP. Ah, yes, I love those fun LARPs. Yeah. What's this right here? Scott Random Hero WX, the suspect that was tackled by citizens after the Chiefs parade. CNN literally described this guy as a dark white MAGA supporter. Huh. Weird. Hey, you guys. Breaking news. Tucson teacher loses job over OnlyFans. Breaking news. Rachel Dolezal, a teacher in Tucson, Arizona, who had an OnlyFans account and famously pretended to be black, has been fired. What? No way, dude. Meet Rachel Dolezal, former leader of the NAACP, who resigned in disgrace after pretending to be black. She changed her name and is now a teacher in the Catalina Foothills School District in Arizona. She's also very active on OnlyFans and links her OnlyFans in her public Facebook profile. Would this be the person that you want teaching your kids? Okay. Wow. I never saw that one coming. Rachel Dolezal, the double penetration video from this red lingerie collection was just posted to your DMs as a Friday born Thursday throwback. Sorry I missed Thursday. Fam was sick. To make it up to you, I sent the butt plug video as well. The set get highest vote count. Also coincidentally in the red lace set but topless outfit. Have a great Friday night with the two videos. Oh shit! Oh my god! Throwback Thursday brings you 3 packages in your DMs. The Yellow Doubles collection, the foot video, and the anal beads video. reading the descriptions of each package before unlocking. My favorites is the yellow doubles, but the anal beads video is frequently requested as well. As for more foot content, open to whatever suits you. Woo! Oh my god. I just don't even know. I mean, like, what do you do when you find out that your kid's teacher posts DP videos on OnlyFans? I mean, do you buy them and watch them, or do you just fucking report it to the school board? I don't know how that shit works. I might want to see that. I don't know. I'm a man. Just say it, you know, like, I'll watch anything once probably, but I don't even know what to say at that point. Dude, 2024, be wildin'. Hashtag Spaldo. Spaldo says 2024, be wildin'. Spaldo ain't fucking wrong, dude. This shit is fucking crazy. You were talking, this is nuts. This is the most nuts shit I have seen to date. Literally the most nuts shit that we've seen to date. Like, what the fuck, dude? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. How did I get that? How did I get that taste out of my mouth? I don't know, bro. I guess this one, Justin Trudeau, Freeland, sued by the Freedom Convoy protesters following a court ruling. That's right. A number of Freedom Convoy protesters who had their bank accounts frozen by the Trudeau government invocation of the Emergencies Act have sued the Prime Minister and Finance Minister Krista Freeland. That's right. The development comes weeks after a federal court judge ruled that Trudeau's decision to invoke the Emergencies Act, which gave the government unprecedented power, was a violation of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Two lawsuits announced on Wednesday, first of which was announced by lawyer Ken Wilson of the Justice Center of Constitutional Freedoms. Breaking on the 2-year anniversary of the federal government illegally invoking a war measure against its citizens and targeting key protesters in Ottawa by freezing their bank accounts. Today, Tamara Litch, Chris Barber, Tom Mazzo, Danny Bulford, and other protesters were targeted by Justin Trudeau and Kat Freeland and have filed lawsuits against the federal government. Section 24 of our Charter of Rights and Freedom gives Canadians a right to sue their government for damages when charter rights are violated. Wilson further stated that the lawsuits seek $2 million in damages for each of the plaintiffs. Hours later, Wednesday, Valentine's Day, the 2-year anniversary that Trudeau invoked his Emergency Act, the second class action lawsuit consisting of 20 plaintiffs was announced, this time by Elorb Ector LLP, a law firm based out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The plaintiffs in this action seek compensation and related relief arising from the unjust and unconstitutional actions of the Liberal government, as well as the actions of certain police agencies and Canadian financial institutions who followed the unlawful orders from the Liberal government, and other defendants who participated and promoted these actions. Damn. Tamara Lips, happy Emergency Acts Day. Hope you all look back and finally remember how your government shot you with rubber bullets and tear gas for your own good. Oh, she forgot to mention freeze your bank accounts and try to make it so that you froze to death in the middle of a Canadian winter. Yeah. But yes, Tamara Litch is one of the main organizers for that 2022 Ottawa protest and is one of the many people that's basically celebrating because the shit's basically batshit crazy, bro. There's people out there that are doing all of this insane stuff, and it ain't going to allow them to stay this way for very much longer. Okay? Like, Canada's government went way too far invoking powers to try to stop the protesters. Stuff that they would have never done to BLM rioters or anyone else, but they did it to the people that, you know, just wanted to open up the country back and get around this crazy, terrible pandemic that has literally destroyed lives all over the world, not just in this country, not just in their country, all over the fucking world, lives have been destroyed. But at least they're going to be able to actually get a little bit of something out of them. Who knows if they're actually going to, those lawsuits are actually going to be accepted, but I mean, it's pretty much clear as fucking day. They broke the law. They broke the law and they got caught up for it. And now their highest court in the land says, yeah, they broke the law. So this should be a pretty open and shut case. And it's going to be a black eye for Trudeau, that fascist fucking dictator that he is. And people are needing to start to realize is that this is why we don't put these kinds of people up, is because they're all egotistical and stupid, right? Smart people like me, we don't go for these types of positions of power and whatnot because our intelligence shows that, you know what, nothing ever good is ever going to come out of any of that. But just be like me. Eventually, it might take 10 years. You'll get your revenge. Just got to do it slow. Let them think that they got 10 good years, because you're going to give them the same 10 bad years they gave you. That's right. That's right. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. And now, a word from our Savior, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
You must never forget this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. This is your home. This is your heritage. And our American liberty is your God-given right. It's your God-given right. You must never forget this nation does not belong to them.
This nation does not belong to them. It belongs to you. Y-O-U. Right? The Biden administration is taking medical resources from veterans and giving it to illegals. Meanwhile, our veterans are suffering. They put their lives on the line for this country, and now Biden replays them like this. Biden is prioritizing illegals over American citizens who served the country. Absolutely shameful.
7 times over the course of the last 6 years, dude. The VA has continued to let me down. But I just want some continuity of care with mental health providers. These doctors keep quitting, they keep switching. And then the one doctor that I really liked, who talked me off of ledge the last time, refused. I had a split because they fell in a network, and then they came back in the network. So I went the last 2 years dealing with my own demons myself and trying to hold it together. And then come to find out, it's like May. It's like late May, and he denied taking my case back. April 12th, and I'm just finding out, dude. And now I gotta go back to Sunday.
All right, let's go ahead. Just time Jimmy out again because he keeps spamming the chat. It's time for 10 minutes. Bye, Jimmy.
Doctor. And then I gotta open Pandora's box again because they're gonna want to know everything, and then I'm gonna have to live through working through that for a month. I just want some continuity of care, dude. I'm fucking so tired of it. I just want to be able to talk to the same person and have the same individual manage my goddamn meds. I've been off all my medications for fucking 2 years. I've been doing it on my own, man. I'm just white knuckling. I'm gripping. Jesus, I'm so tired of it.
Yeah, that's actually an older video that was posted, but they put it together with this one. GOP Senator fumes over the Biden administration providing medical resources to illegal immigrants. Yeah. Medical resources. Indeed. I mean, you got to think. What is happening down over at the border? Are we in any way going to be fixing any of this stuff? Is anything coming out of it? Have we fixed it in any way, shape, or form? No. But I think the reality remains the same, is that, Some people might think that guy might not have been needed in the service, but other people would argue is the service probably made him into that guy. And I've talked to many members of the service that have been asked to do atrocious things and thought that they needed to do them because that's what they needed to do. But really, the fact was they didn't want to give up whatever they had at that present time. And I mean, I don't even begin to know what kind of horrors a person like that could actually have ever lived through. But at the same time, I'm not going to discount it either, because I've been through a lot of shit myself, and I just don't get it sometimes. There's people out there that will fucking use and abuse you and shit you out like you were nothing. What do you do when they can't even call you by your regular name? And then all I say is like, well, if I see them the next time and they call me by that name that's not mine, they better be ready to get a new jaw, because I'm going to punch them in it. But it's going to be one of those punches that's got like 8 years of shit on it that it's going to break the sound barrier. So, just think about that. California murder-suicide. Former Indian-American meta-engineer shoots wife and 4-year-old twins before killing himself. Oh boy. Ex-manager engineer? Ex-Google engineer killed himself and his whole family with his wife that also apparently worked at Zillow? What the fuck, bro? Why? Huh? Doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But it's whatever. I don't know. I pulled it up anyway because I wanted to have it up there. Just weird. Meet the badass lawyer who could blow Trump racketeering case over with Fani Willis sex secrets. Wow. Criminal defense attorney Ashley Marchand is seen here on Monday involving the case of the state of Georgia versus President Trump. Interesting. Merchant contended that Wave, an attorney with the Marietta-based Wade and Campbell firm, used some of the nearly $654,000 in legal fees he has been paid by Fulton County VA-DA's office for his work on the Trump case to take Willis on lavish vacations to Napa Valley, California, Florida, and the Caribbean. Willis has admitted to a relationship with Wade, a personal injury lawyer with little or no experience in high-profile felony trial cases. But her office has dismissed it as gossip, which should not derail the racketeering case. On Tuesday, Willis and Wade face high-stakes hearings on whether their relationship is in conflict of interest, which Marchant said should lead to the end of the case against her client, and by implication, Trump and others. Oh, right. So, yeah, seems like we might actually be getting kind of lucky here, because we got a new pit bull on the case, or the same pit bull in the case, but it looks like Trump might actually be getting away with this whole Fani Willis situation because, well, Fani Willis kind of fucked herself, really, is just what it looks like here, to be perfectly honest. And I mean, we've talked about it before. We could belabor the point, but it's pretty much to the point where they have the evidence that the money was used to go to all of these different places. So anything that Fani Willis tries to say that otherwise is basically just kind of worthless at this point. They thought that they were slick. They thought they were going to be able to get away with it, but they forgot that you needed to have a little bit of brains in order to do so. So they're calling it a turning point. It's a turning point, and things are about to go shit up when Politico decides that they're actually going to put an article out about it, basically kind of admitting to the fact that, yeah, the fate of that case is going to hinge on this romantic relationship between the two prosecutors on the case, and it seems like they're going to get disqualified, and this case is going to be fucking over with. So I guess we should be fucking happy about it. I mean, I'm happy about it, but whatever. In other news, the James Webb Space Telescope finds possible lights on a planet 47 light years away. That's right. They might have found some lights on a planet that $10 billion telescope found some lights on a planet that's only 47 light years away, meaning that they might have just found the existence of aliens in outer space. That's right. Because why the fuck would there be lights on a planet if there wasn't people on it? And that's the real big question, is because pretty much like every planet on the solar system does not have their own light source. They're all reflecting the central light source from the galaxies that they're usually there within. So whenever you start finding a planet with little lights on it, you can almost be certain that there is some form of life on it, because in order to create life, you need to be at a certain level of whatever. So yeah, just one day, just letting you know, brown dwarf star, little tiny planet, found the existence of what could possibly be artificial life. Maybe it's all those aliens that have been coming to check us out because they seen their new big shiny telescope and they're like, well, I guess they could see us now. Let's go say what's up. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with it in the future, I guess. I don't really know what's going to be going down with it, dude. I just try to keep it together and talk about the news. And speaking of news and other news, it was reported on CNN that the U.S. Constitution encasement case was vandalized with the red powder at the National Archives today on Valentine's Day. See that? That red powder? I mean, the actual, Constitution itself, which the actual Constitution's probably not the one that's even under those glass right there. It's probably like a really, really good recreation anyway, because people always be trying to steal a Constitution ever since that Da Vinci Code movie came out or whatever. Or was it National Treasure? Oh, yeah, it was National Treasure. I'm sorry. Fucking Nicolas Cage. Excellent. But yes, the National Archives in Washington, D.C. had to close early today after 2 people dumped red powder on the display case that protects it. Kind of weird, because those 2 individuals were immediately detained. No damage was done to the document itself, but whatever. In a video that was posted to X, 2 men stood in front of a powder-covered encasement and spoke about the right to clean water and livable climate before being approached and detained by a uniformed guard. And what they say is that they actually take this kind of vandalism very, very seriously. And what they believe is that the trend is basically a bunch of high-profile vandalisms to basically draw attention to the climate crisis and other human-caused environmental harms, because it's that same group that is telling us that the world is ending and we're all dying because they haven't understood what the solar cycles do and how they operate or whatever. But yeah, it's that Extinction Rebellion guys who think it's okay to go, pour red paint over our Constitution and complain about the world in the future, when in fact the Constitution is probably a document that has more meaning than anything that they have. Because they don't like the Constitution, because the Constitution gives you the right to liberty, happiness, and the pursuit of freedom, right? But they don't want you to do any of that stuff, because they want you to have none of that stuff. They want you to eat the bugs and be happy about it. Or at least that's what I had to at least figure out about it. So think about it. It's what the protesters do. They're attacking the Constitution. They're attacking everything else. Kind of weird. And even more so, you guys hear that the Senate is already looking to quickly reject the Mayorkas impeachment charge in a speedy trial? That's right. Alexander Mayorkas finally got impeached, by the way. Most people didn't realize that he had actually been impeached, but most certainly, most people are saying that the impeachment trial is basically going to get thrown out in the Senate, much in the same way that the Donald Trump trial got thrown out in the Senate or whatever. But just pretty much take it up as this. I would say even if he doesn't get impeached by the Senate, we could still claim that he was impeached, because that's what they claim about Trump all the time. Make sense? I hope it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you. Shit. all I really know is that it's a crazy situation today. And then I guess for the really, really last little bit of something or other today, in the trial of Craig Wright versus Copa, one of the biggest pieces of information that could have ever possibly came out today or Tuesday. They said he faced questions about a public blog post that he signed cryptographically to prove that he was Bitcoin inventor Satoshi Nakamoto's, and the experts debunked it in court to the point where it's a forgery. They know. Wright insisted that the possession of private keys doesn't prove that he's Satoshi, but his knowledge and work do, which is why he's failed to provide valid cryptographic proof. Yep, that's right. But overall, they've basically have proven yet once again in a court of law that Satoshi Nakamoto is not and will never be a one Mr. Craig Wright. Yes, no matter how much he's ever claimed to it. But it's kind of funny when you really look at some of the stuff that they've been saying about him. And it's one of my favorite things, actually, because he hasn't been able to name any of the people that he sent Bitcoin to. And it's kind of funny because you would think that there would have been a lot of different people he sent Bitcoin to, and Satoshi Nakamoto would have known how many people he sent Bitcoins to because it wasn't many. You could barely count it on two hands, as it were. But yes, Craig Wright was requested to confirm if he's ever transferred BTC to anyone other than Hal Finney and Zuko Wilcox, Zcash's co-founders, the same two co-founders that brought me on as another co-founder of the Zcash project, by the way. And I'm also like friends with Mr. Zuko or whatever, because back when Hal Finney was alive and back when Mr. Zuko was trying to come up with Zcash, they wanted to have the best possible outlook on it, and who better to learn from than the guy that basically knows everything about BTC, how it's created, and how it wasn't the future. But yes, Norbert says, recording continues, feck off or show me your fecky walk. I'm not going to ask about any language that you used. You said you only had transferred BTC to Finney and Zuko. No, what most people call Satoshi Bitcoin were owned by his companies, Satoshi as well. Your keys may not have been obtained by others? Not at all. My lord, what that guy is saying is wrong. Sit there saying that they could do these things. That's technobabble. You can verify nothing. So-called experts can't even verify their work. I hate it. I loathe it. Oh, wow. There's actually like a whole listing of shit that he was saying here today. But I mean, I guess what we're actually learning from this entire thing is that all of the people involved with Copa are systematically debunking and destroying any claim that Craig Wright has to the entire network, period. But the funniest thing I would have to say about all this stuff is that back in 2009, I think at the height of 2009, there was only 12 people that were mining Bitcoin. So the actual amount of transactions that were sent from the Satoshi wallet to other wallets was going to be less than 10 people because Satoshi didn't send Bitcoin to the 12 people that were on the network. And I mean, it's been basically very, very validly proven that it wasn't even till like 2010 or 2011 that people even started using it. And we're talking about like maybe in the hundreds in 2010 and maybe in the thousands in 2011. It wasn't until pretty much Bitcoin or Mt. Gox got hacked before shit started actually getting really big. So for the fact that Craig Wright has been trying to proclaim that he sent hundreds of Bitcoins to a bunch of different addresses doesn't make any sense, because we could go back onto the ledger and see that it's literally not that many. Wright said that he had distributed bitcoins to hundreds of people using a combination of his company's blockchain addresses were widely assumed to be owned by Satoshi Nakamoto. He said Zuko was not one of them, despite the cryptographer's assertion that he has never received BTC from Satoshi. When asked about the coins Satoshi distributed to hundreds of others, Wright stated that he does not remember them all now, and Judge Edward James Miller instructed Wright to pick one of them, but he fell short. That's right. Wright also faced questioning regarding a public post he did allegedly signing indicating that he was Satoshi, which has subsequently and been heavily challenged by academics. When questioning if signing sessions would be valid proof if anyone other than Satoshi could obtain private keys behind them, Wright responded, "Not at all. You do not prove your identity by possessing stuff. You demonstrate your knowledge of who you are, what you create," which is kind of like opposite of the way that Bitcoin is supposed to be. But I find it to be such a beautiful situation to review and see. But yeah, the answer is that there was probably only like 5 people that Satoshi sent Bitcoin to back then, and for the most part, it was just to get them excited about it in the first place so that they could, have a little bit extra because he was mining so many different ones. And honestly, it's just kind of funny to me that it keeps coming up like this. I hope this case ultimately ends up with Craig Wright being the big losers that could never claim that he's ever Satoshi again, because then that means that the next venerable phase would be ready to start. And that's pretty much what I like about it, or at least what makes me happy about it. So that's all I basically have for you guys today. Not that much stuff, just want to talk about the Ian Miles Cheong stuff and bitch about, getting shit on again and having my shit stolen. But you know what? We're used to it. It's the way things go. So thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends, and we'll definitely be seeing you guys again tomorrow, as long as I have the mental fortitude and instability to do so, and if I don't get stuck in the snow. So, either way, much love to you guys. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Adios. Peace.